Hey it's Ed, welcome back to the little low poly scene that we're currently creating. What we're going to do in this video is go ahead and create these trees. Now you should be able to create the trees without looking, but you'll notice on these ones that there is some, I guess what you would call displacement to them, or morphing. It's a little bit random, it pulls down here. So I'm going to create some of these and I'm going to do it a different way again, just to show you that there's loads of different ways to do what we've done. So I'm going to add in a cylinder. You'll see it's down there, so I'm going to hit G and Z and bring it up. I'm actually going to delete that because I did it the wrong way. So add mesh cylinder, and down here I'm going to turn that cylinder to 8 sides. I don't need to have a huge cylinder. Now I'll go and zoom in on it with the isolate button. You should know what that is. It's / on the number pad. And let's go into edit mode. Scale it up a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in another cylinder. Bring that one up like so. Go into face mode, scale that top point in, scale the bottom point out, and actually bring that top point up GZ like that. Now select that whole thing, LGZ, bring it down, and we'll scale it, bring that up more. So I'm selecting this one and I'm going to duplicate it. Bring it up, scale it down, GZ, and duplicate it again. Bring it up, scale it down. Awesome. Now, I think, let's have a look at this here. So if I turn this to normal at the top here, I should be able to check this here and turn on this mode. Ooh, no, that's not what I want. Let's see, local, gimbal, view, cursor. No, I think we're just going global. I'm just going to put it into like the side view here. And I'm going to pull one of these down. I'm going to pull it down like that. And I'll do the same thing with this. I'll put it into side view, pull that one down, pull that one down. And this is why we've got 8 sides, because it's actually even all the way around. So with that, that's pretty good. And I'm going to do it with the opposite ones here. I'm just going to kind of manually put it in side mode here. It's not going to matter if it's not perfectly exact. Give it a little bit more character. And that one. Okay, and then these ones. See if I can do it a different way. I'm going to select all 4 of them, hit G and Z, bring them down, and then scale it out. Cool. All right, I'll scale them back in. They don't look quite right. There we go. Hit A, and I'm going to hit Control T to triangulate the entire thing, just to make sure it doesn't go all kind of glitchy when it displays it. Now, last thing I need to do, of course, is make this tree stump a lot thinner. Turn on X-ray mode and select those faces down there. I don't want to select all the faces. I'm going to scale them in, but not along the Z axis, so just X and Y. There we go, that looks pretty good. I'm going to need to add in a material. I'll call this trunk. And in fact, I have already got a dirt material there, but I'll just use the trunk anyway, and we'll make, just in case I want to have a slightly browner trunk. Looks almost red, there we go. Okay, and then the leaves. I know I already have green material, but this is going to be darker. I'll go into here, I'll select everything except for the brown bit down the bottom there, except for that stuff, and assign the leaves to it. And I'm going to make those a darker green, so I'll bring that panel down there. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, it's got a kind of an interesting shadow here, but it'll look fine when it's zoomed out. All right, so hit G, Z, scale that tree down to about there. And now I'm pretty sure if I go into edit mode for that, and I select this here, and I just click shift and right click on here, that will put the cursor there. And I can go back to object mode and set object, or right click, set origin to the 3D cursor. Okay, so we get our origin down here. Then I'll set the 3D cursor back to the world origin, so it gets put back there. Now I should be able to turn on face snapping with this and snap with the center, maybe? We'll see. I'll just hit G and oh, there we go. It snaps to the face of that. So I can scale this down a little bit and I can just hit G and move it around and it's going to snap to the face of that. Now I'm going to hit duplicate. I'm going to hit Alt D to duplicate this time. So Alt D will duplicate. And I can scale that one up a little bit. Alt D, duplicate, and scale it down. Alt D, duplicate, scale it up. And it's scaling from that point there, Alt D, scale that one down, move it to where I need it to go. And I could set up something like this here. These trees look a lot better than mine, but these are looking okay. Though these ones look like they're much bigger. So I might have to play around with the scale later on. However, I am using Alt D, so what that means is that if I edit one of them, I'm actually going to edit them all. So if I was to go ahead and just isolate this one and say, okay, let's bring this down a bit and then go back to here. Well, they've all been edited, so that's pretty cool. I'm also going to rotate some of them a little bit so they don't all look identical. It looks like I've got two there. Oh, that was my original one that I did the Shift D on. Okay, so I can rotate some of these. Alt D, put some around sparingly. Alt D, scale some up to be a little bit bigger, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on doing that for a little bit. At the start of the next video, you'll see that I've added quite a few trees into it, and you can go ahead and do the same.